Hello everyone, and welcome to the Iron Chef, the only cooking show that measures their ingredients in moles. Today we're going to be making cookies, and so for our cookies we're going to be using flour, baking soda, packed brown sugar, normal white sugar, butter, and eggs. And so we have the ingredients of moles, but first we got to convert them to normal cooking measurement in order for us to bake our cookies today. So, I got to restart. Okay, so first we're gonna do salt. So since we start off with moles, we gotta convert the salt that we have here. We have 0.036 moles of salt of NaCl, in case you were wondering. And with salt, we gotta convert. In the end, our plan is to convert this from moles to grams. Oh, that's the preheating oven. We're going to convert this from moles to grams to our cooking measurement, which in this case I believe will be cups. Okay, so here we have our 0.036 moles of salt, and we're going to convert these moles to grams and to teaspoons. That's our plan to get our cooking measurement. So what we're first going to do is we need to find the molar mass of NaCl, which is the molecular formula for salt. And so for Na, for sodium, the molar mass is 22.990 grams per mole, which basically is for every 22.990 grams of sodium, we have 1 mole of sodium. And that's the same thing here for chlorine, where we have 35.453 grams per mole of chlorine. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to find the molar mass of our salt by adding these two numbers together. So we have 22.990 plus 35.453 grams per mole. Yeah. These are all grams per mole, by the way. It also is the same over here. And so when we add these two together, we should get 58.443 grams per mole. Okay, so our whole reason that we did all this to find the molar mass is to be able to now convert these moles to grams. So we now have these 0.036 moles of salt. And what we're going to do with it now is we're going to convert it using this ratio that we have here with grams to moles. So we have this, and we're going to multiply it by the 58.443 grams that we had earlier, and it's going to be over 1 mole. Keep in mind that's the same ratio that we had over here. And so when we do all this math, we're going to get 2.103,948 grams. And the reason that I didn't simplify here is because we're going to need to convert it to teaspoons, and we only round off to the end, which is preferable. So here, now that we have the grams for our salt, we're going to now convert these to teaspoons. And if you recall, since I don't remember on the top of my head, the conversion that we're going to use here is 1 teaspoon of salt, which is what we were going for, 1 teaspoon of NaCl, is going to be equal to 4.16 grams. 60 grams here. So you can kind of see what we're going to do the same thing that we did here before. So we're going to have this 2.103948 grams of NaCl. And now we're going to convert it to teaspoons using this conversion. So we're going to multiply this. We're going to convert it here, and we're converting it up to 1 teaspoon from 4.16 grams. And basically how this ends up working is we're going from the bottom up here. And basically if you did this in formal math, these grams of NaCl would cancel out here, and basically if this was like a variable or a unit, you would end up getting what we're going to get now. So essentially, just with this, we're just going to divide by the 4.16, and we're going to need, in the end, about 0.51 teaspoons of salt. Okay, so we got this one. These are 0.5 teaspoons of salt. And this 0.51 teaspoons really just translates to about half of a teaspoon. But now we're going to go to another ingredient that we have here, and let's do butter. Okay, so with butter, we're going to use a similar idea. We have Okay, so here we're going to do the same thing similar to what we did with the salt. We have 1.084 moles of our butter here. And for our butter, the chemical formula for our butter is 9 carbons. We got 14 hydrogens, and then we got 6 oxygen atoms. And, oh yeah, these are moles, by the way. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the same thing here. Our plan is, again, from moles, we're going to convert it to grams, and then we're going to convert this again. Instead of teaspoons, we're going to put it into cups, since it's far better for butter to be in cups than teaspoons. So now we're going to do the molar mass again, except we just have a lot longer of a chemical chain. So for our carbon, for every carbon is 12.011 grams per mole. This is the molar mass of 1 carbon. For our hydrogen, it is 1.008 grams per mole. And for our oxygen, we have it 15.999. Yeah, sorry about that. Grams per mole. So now with this, we're gonna do molar mass again. So we got our molar mass here of our butter. Yeah, just put butter. And now, since remember that molar mass is the addition of all these, we have to have basically 12.011. These are always going to be in grams per mole. It's going to multiply by 9 from our 9 here, plus the 1.008 in grams per mole again. It's going to be multiplied by 14. It's getting a bit close. And we're also going to add it by this 15.999, also grams per mole, and this is for our oxygen, and it's going to be multiplied by 6, since we got 6 here. Okay, so so now we're going to simplify this before we go any further, just because we got a lot of multiplication happening here. So for our carbon, the total molar mass of all our carbons in this butter chemical formula is 108.099. We're going to add it by all of our hydrogens here, which is 14. Multiply by 14, we get 14.112, and these are all in grams per mole, by the way. Still 1 grams per mole. And we're gonna multiply our oxygens, which is 15.999, and we're gonna multiply by 6 here. Now we have 95.994 from all of our oxygen atoms, and grams per mole. So now we're gonna add these all up, like we did before, with salt on top of here, and we're gonna get, after we add all these in, okay, that, and then the carbons go in there, okay, and then in total we have 218.205 grams per mole of our butter. That's the ratio that we're gonna use. So now we're gonna take back this 1.084 that we were holding off. Okay, and now we're going to multiply this by our ratio. Okay, so now we're going to multiply this by our ratio that we got here. So remember that for the conversions, it's the bottom, the same conversion here, going up to the top. This is this is for our butter. 9, 8, 14, 6. That's our compound. That's our molecule for that. And now, with this here, we're gonna convert it to grams. With this 218.205 grams up here of our butter. And fortunately, this is just pretty simple. We just end up multiplying on the with this number with this number here, and we got 236.5342 grams of our butter. So with this here, we're now going to convert this to our cups. So now we're going to start off with the grams like we did before. We did the same thing for our salt. It was just less complicated. And with this, now with this, our conversion for these grams to a cup is that it says here that a cup of butter is 1 cup of butter. Hold on, 1 cup of butter is equal to 236.59 grams, which is going to be our other conversion factor here. So we have this, and we're going to convert this to our cups by having this gram spot down here, where the grams would cancel out when we do the math. If it was like a variable, if grams was like a variable, it would cancel out when we do it formally. And here, 236, and here, it's just 1 cup of our butter. So now, when we do our math here, we're really just dividing this number by this one. So we're going to divide by 236.59 grams, and we get a number that's basically just 1 cup of butter. And yeah, that's it. There are several more, but we'll do that now.